This episode brought to you by Nickelodeon Slime. Without this shit, those awards would be nothing.
Hey everybody, we're watching Ghostbusters and you are listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. All out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And today we are covering a movie that both of us swore we did before. It is criminal that after 6 years it hasn't been done. It is one of the ultra classics of 80s cinema. And why waste time? We're actually filming something pretty cool later on, so we don't want to waste any time now. So let's press some play.
Now.
I did it. I pressed play.
I did it.
Mommy, I did it.
Is this logo out still or no?
Well, Columbia's not really.
Columbia's not going, right? She's
No.
not. I haven't seen her in a long time.
No. Oh, there we go. I was not hearing the audio.
There's the noise.
Yeah, I was not hearing the sound for a second.
You know, I like that we're watching this one because I've seen all these other ones recently.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
And I'm glad to go back to the classic one and only real Ghostbusters. Afterlife was meh. The girl one was meh.
I didn't mind Afterlife, but it doesn't compare to the original. But
Oh shit.
see, my thing too is I always had such an issue and still do with Ghostbusters 2. Like, it's fine, it's fun, but it's like so different, and it's so like it's like the Ninja Turtles to Ninja Turtles 2 issue,
Lord.
where they're like, oh, I know everybody loved the first one, so let's take out everything they loved about the first one.
Exactly.
And it was just like, oh god, it is like,
Is that what you
let's make
like? Well, no, because I had heard that people had complained it was too dark.
Yes, well, they did complain.
Like moms.
Well, yeah, it was. That's the thing, right? But it's like that's not the audience. So why the fuck do they care what the moms think?
I thought that they actually kind of, I don't know. It was like they perfectly captured like the turtles. I think in that movie,
And it wasn't.
there was no blood.
Yeah, it wasn't a light and airy.
See, like nobody
Comic book
normally
either.
notices the books flying around because nobody goes to the fucking library anymore. This whole broad did.
Well, anymore, but this is the '80s. They were going all the fucking
Look at
time.
them all.
Yeah.
Look at them books.
Look at that. That is a card catalog back there with a Dewey goddamn decimal
You don't
system.
know the Dewey Decimal System.
That was that the struggle was real. You know what's really funny to me? I picture a place that just very recently redid.
right?
Yeah, I picture a place that like recently redid their whole Dewey Decimal System, their whole card catalog, and then like the next week, hey, we got these computers. Now you can just type in what you want to look for, and they'll tell you exactly where to find it. And they were just like,
She is gonna have to put all those cards back.
yeah.
No,
No,
that's
that's
the asshole ghost.
that's the next shift.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be the next shift's problem. There's
Just 7
actually
or 10 minutes before my shift started.
there's a
or
super,
ended. I mean,
yeah, there's a super cheery dude who comes in. He's like, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Let's go.
I like him.
Yes.
I like his attitude.
He's a can-do guy. One of the great things, so he did this song in like 2 days. The girls who are singing there, that's his girlfriend and just a bunch of her friends, because he didn't have time to go out and get people. So
Did he just do it like in the basement or
he
something?
really like rushed ass to get this
So
thing
he did a
done.
great job.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. A lot of people though, they talked to why can't Lindsey Buckingham to do a song, and he refused because he did a bunch of songs before, so they were like a bunch of soundtrack songs before, so he didn't want to
Right.
do it. They talked to oh god, who else was it? I don't remember now. There was a couple other ones. That guy always reminds me of like a version of the dude from like The Last Starfighter and stuff like that. Bill Murray, I mean.
Bill, yeah.
So Bill
He
Murray,
looks great.
Yeah.
Right out of the 80s. Look at all these people.
She gives me a Daryl Hannah vibe somehow.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he was a co-star in Ski School. He's
That-
like, hey, dudes. He's like that
is
third,
accurate.
you know, like the crazy guy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was common knowledge that this movie was written for the role of Peter Venkman was written for Jim Belushi, but he died while the script was being written, so they had to find somebody else, and they actually went to a bunch of different people. I got some names in here. I'll come across them because I didn't have time to kind of memorize everything. But but he had Bill Murray was not like choice number 2. There were a lot of people who turned down the role. Michael Keaton turned down the role.
No way.
Steve Guttenberg turned down the role.
Oh my God, Gutenberg! What were you thinking?
Well, he turned down the role to do Police Academy, so
there was like 7 of them.
yeah.
I don't think he was. Is he in all of them?
He's no.
For thinking franchise roots, then that well,
I think he made it up to 5 though.
I think somewhere in there.
Yeah. So
Gutenberg.
not that I think he was getting paid Bill Murray money come part 4.
Right.
Like part 1 and 2, he probably made decent.
So he wanted
cash.
Jim Belushi, eh?
Well, Dan Aykroyd wrote the movie, so of course he wanted Jim
Right.
Belushi. But there's actually a little.
I thought it was Harold Ramis wrote it. Was it him and Harold Ramis?
That's where we go. That's the next step that we get to. So basically, Aykroyd wrote a script all on his own and turned it in to Ivan Reitman. And actually, they were going to be making a book, or they were going to make a movie out of a Guardian's Guide to, or what's it called? Guide to the Galaxy. Why can't I think of the name?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I wanted to say Guardian's Guide to the Galaxy, and that wasn't right. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And they were looking at both Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd as Ford Prefect. So they, so then Dan Aykroyd was like, I don't really want to do that, but he's like, I've got this. And they're like, okay, we're doing this instead. And they just threw Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy out of
Kicked it to the curb.
Right. But his thing was really weird. It took place in the future. The Ghostbusters were not like a little one thing. It was actually like that was every city had their Ghostbusters.
Had their own Ghostbusters.
Like, there was the police department, there was the fire department, there was Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
And so like that was kind of how he wrote that, and it was supposed to be a lot darker, and it was supposed to be a lot of everything. But Ivan Reitman's like, the movie would have cost $300 million to make back then,
Well,
which would have been like this movie never, like the 2 movies combined, I don't think made that much.
Yeah, no.
And then
Even to this day, probably.
but there's a lot, this had a lot of box office success. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, it was going to cost so much, and it was just and it was considered too dark, so they actually brought in Harold Ramis to help and fix the writing. So Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, and Ivan Reitman, they went to Martha's Vineyard for 3 weeks and rehashed the entire script. And then they had to make up tons of changes. And then they had to make a ton
Down
of
to Martha's Vineyard, eh?
Yeah. Then they
Martha
had to make it.
Stewart made him breakfast every morning.
That's not what that is. It might be. I don't really know.
Yeah, you don't fucking know.
I don't know.
They're stars.
It's just one of those rich. Yeah, it's just one of those rich asshole places. Martha.
So, like, when they go to these things, you think that they probably had a great time.
Oh yeah.
They probably, like, you think that, yeah, they woke up at like 9 and sat there till 5, cranking it out, and then, we'll go for dinner, and then, no, they were fucking giving her.
Well, there was probably a lot of everything, though. There were probably some nights where they were up fighting, and like some nights where they were just partying.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Where it was just a giant pile of cocaine, like a pyramid-sized pile of cocaine, and then all of a sudden it was just a flat thing at the end of the day. Harold Ramis actually didn't want to be in the movie. They looked at other people, and actually Michael Keaton turned down that role as well. Guys like John Lithgow, Jeff Goldblum, all sorts of people turned down the role, and then he realized that he was probably the best guy to play the role. So he threw his hat in the ring.
Right.
This woman was in so much, like, my whole childhood of, like, 80s sitcoms surrounds this woman. When you really think about it, it's like, she's the woman who was probably, like, she worked at the insurance agency and, like, Who's the Boss? Or she did, like, it was just probably some random thing.
He's got, like, you know what, I was just watching Invasion USA from Cannon Film starring Chuck Norris.
Oh, God.
And, dude, this is like, I don't know, 87. And the guy pulls into a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's Buddy. It's his He-Man counterpart would be the little guy with the white hair. Remember in Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren?
Yes.
He's like the bad guy in like every B movie. He's been burned. Do you remember this guy? He's got like blonde hair.
I know who you're talking about.
Right, he's been burned.
Yeah.
And he just pulls a bazooka out and explodes like 5 houses in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just every house just explodes. And I was like, holy shit. Fuck. And it was only the $12 million movie. Oh, that was one scene. Yeah. I was like, he just blew a whole neighborhood up.
Yeah.
I think, though, that like their trick is they usually do one big thing that costs real money.
Oh, no, there's a lot, man. This week kicked ass.
Yeah, but there's certain things that...
When we do our canon 24-hour megathon,
I can't wait.
We should throw Invasion USA in there.
All right, we can...
It is a fucking good one, bud.
All right, cool.
No human being would stack books like this.
Yeah, that is something that, because we were going over the lineup for that thing, to the point where I think we'll have to probably do 2 24-hour
2 days in a row, 48 hours.
Not quite that, I hope. Dear God. I honestly think by electric boogaloo, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Oh my God, we should make it so that people can call in live somehow. We're going live.
It's not
Let's
doable.
Get a radio show.
It would make for, because we're also recording all of those as episodes of this show, which would make every episode completely unbearable.
Let's be the new dudes, with the Humble and Fred.
Oh God,
let's be those guys. We'll make Mad Cash.
I would rather be dead.
Throwing it. Pardon me.
Yeah, get up at 2:00 in the afternoon or 2:00 in the morning.
In the morning, yes.
Forget
talk about put some shit into the old microphone.
Some squeak.
No, but we'll be the guys that talk for 4 hours and there's no music, which I absolutely fucking hate.
Yeah,
we'll be those 2 guys.
I always hate when I'm listening to the radio and you hear those little host bits, and it's especially when somebody's by themselves because they're sitting there and they're like, wait 2 songs and you're gonna find out what happened on the Gardner Expressway this afternoon, and then there was an accident.
Thanks.
Nothing.
What a tease.
Nothing happened. Well, it's just like watching anything on a national or whatever channel there. Ice Road Truckers.
Oh, Jesus.
Gold Road Truckers.
History Channel is funny. Fuck. We found this rock, and this rock definitely means that the Nazis were here. And it's like, it turns out it was just a rock.
Yeah.
Because they do that, and it's like, I'm wondering if they think that anybody is fooled. Because it's like episode 2, and it's like, oh, you really think we hunted down Hitler's gold in episode 2? And then the rest of the time is just going to be them sitting around going, can't believe we did it.
We did it. Yeah. Can't believe it.
Nailed it.
I want to see a ghost, but I don't know if I really do. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be freaky. If you saw a ghost, would you freak the fuck out?
I would freak the fuck out.
I would freak the fuck out, too.
I don't believe in ghosts as it is, so I would freak out.
You don't believe in ghosts?
I don't believe in ghosts.
What are you seeing on screen right now? They're looking at nothing?
Yeah, precisely.
You're just seeing a floating book?
Yeah, well, it's not floating. It's hanging from a wire.
I can see the wire.
Yeah, exactly. But who put the wire there? Ghosts.
Yeah, I absolutely... Ditto.
Yeah.
Ditto, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's do pottery.
I think, because I have I don't have a proper belief in the afterlife or anything like that, too. Right. So it's I can't reconcile the believing in one and not the other.
Well, I guess you don't. Is it a package deal? I don't know.
I would assume it is, because how would there be a ghost without an afterlife?
There's way too many unexplained things.
Yeah.
I believe in ghosts, but I don't think, because I don't really want to see one, I will not see one.
There you go. Unless you become part of my unfinished business when I die.
Yep.
We have to record 12 more episodes.
Oh my God, with your ghost.
Yeah. It was like, we didn't finish all the Star Wars movies.
We'll have to bring in the, one of those fucking shows to, he's right there. You'll see, you're like, I watched one the other day, it was on Travel and Escape, or I don't know, T&E.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
And it was like 20 minutes. It was like unexplained whatever. And it was literally them talking for like 15 to 20 minutes about this shot in this lady's camera where they think they see the ghost of her dead cat sitting there. And it is like, literally, it's 20 fucking minutes of them like, if you pause the camera right here, that's the shape of a cat exactly. And it's like, oh my God. And it's like, this is hilarious.
And you know what? I honestly think that stuff further funds me not believing. I'm just like,
he's like, how can you not see that that's a cat? He's like, it's like a local expert, like Phantom expert or something. He's like, oh yeah, that's a Phantom cat, all right.
And then you've got guys with infrared cameras and they're walking around, and then the guy gets in the spot. He's like, I'm cold. It's cold here. And the other guy comes out. He's like, whoa, bro, it's really cold there. That's a ghost. You're in a ghost. And I'm just all right. And then they'll have the microphones out, and they're like, here. And then they're like, if you're here, say something. And then you hear like, and he's like, that's clearly him saying I'm here. It was like, no, you didn't shift your weight or something like that.
The one doing the same show, it was a bunch of ghost hunters in a place. In the camera, there was like mist, like steam. Like she was just breathing. Okay. But anyway, so there's like this steam and mist, and they're like, oh my God. She's like, oh my God. Like say it like, oh my God. There's something right here. And Buddy comes in. He's like, oh my God, there is. And then she's like, she's like, show yourself again. And then there's like mist. And they're like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God in heaven.
I know. I actually have on the Samsung TV, there's like this like paranormal channel. So if I hit the wrong button on my thing, it goes to the Samsung TV and it just defaults to that, and then it's just always the exact same. Like there could be 100 different shows on there, and I'm seeing the exact same scene every single time. We're in an old house, and
yep.
And so
what was that? Did you hear that? I heard something over there.
Yeah, let's go over there.
It sounded like a moan.
There was a wonderful one sketch on Saturday Night Live about those guys, and then you hear this bit, and then they're like, they've got the microphones out, and then you just hear this, and they're like, what was that? And they're like, there's a smell. This ghost has a smell. It's the guy clearly farted, and he's really embarrassed, so he just keeps going, oh my God, the ghost smells. And they're like, we have the infrared, and then it shows him, and it shows his butt, and it shows the heat come out of his butt, and then there's like, oh my God, the ghost came out of me.
The ghost came out of me. Ghosts come out of me all the time.
Yeah. So one of the other things they wanted to do was literally just have like the opening scene was going to be the Ecto-1 just pouring out of this, and then it just kind of going. And Ivan Reitman kind of was like, well, maybe we should back it up and like give them some backstory on how this, like, I don't think we should just start this movie going, by the way, Ghostbusters are a thing.
Right.
It's like, we should make Ghostbusters. That if you don't remember her, she was I can't remember her name in the show, but she was in Who's the Boss.
Yes.
She was Tony's like his old neighbor or something like that from Brooklyn.
Somewhere from back, where he was from. It's like his mom. Maybe it was his mom.
No, it definitely wasn't his mom, because he called her Miss. He called her Mrs.
He called her Miss Mom. She was very, very strict.
Hey, Mrs.
Very
Mom.
strict woman.
Mrs. Mom, or it doesn't count.
So like nobody was supposed to be in this movie. Now I can't picture anybody else being in the movie.
I know,
you know
right?
I mean?
Well, Dan Aykroyd was supposed to be in it, but he's literally the only one.
The only person.
That building exists, but they matted on
that
whole
doesn't even.
top
Yeah,
tier.
you can see.
That was actually something that made Ivan Reitman mad, because as soon as they started like making like digital prints of this, like for DVD and stuff like that, it started to really like that stuff stopped holding up very well.
Right.
So, I mean, get over it.
There she is. I forgot Sigourney was in this.
Sigourney is a
Sigourney's
goddess.
been fucking going forever, right? She's always had it going.
Well, and she'd always been in primarily like dramatic kind of things and like the thrillers and stuff like that. And she was happy to get to do this. Well, and then because she got to like stretch her comedy muscles that she actually had in that she had like through going to like drama school and stuff. She did a ton of comedy in drama schools, so she actually got to do that. Also, another guy who was not supposed to be in this movie, John Candy, was offered that role.
No
and
way.
He didn't. I'm not entirely certain what happened, because originally I thought he turned it down, which he sort of did, but it was because he's like, he should be German and he should always have 2 dogs with him. And he's like, well, we've already got a thing with 2 dogs. We don't need that. It's like, no, he has to have 2 dogs or it's not good. And like, and he's like, and he's got to be German. He's like, I don't think it's necessary for him to be German. It seems kind of pointless. And then he's like, and then I think he was just like, oh, fine, go get Rick Moranis then, because he'll do it. Like, and I was like, again, I couldn't picture anybody.
Right. Yeah.
This. Also, the shortest main character in this by a lot. I don't really know where Annie Potts would fall in this, but all of the Ghostbusters are over 6 feet tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
He's 5'4".
He's like, I turned my TV up really loud too, so that everybody would think something's wrong with both our TVs.
He's one of my favorites. So one of the trailers that they did for the movie while the movie was already out was this commercial, and they put a 1-800 number up. The number got 1,000 calls a day, 24 hours a day,
No
7
way.
days a week for weeks. So that number that's on there now isn't the number. It was obviously because it's a 555. They put up a proper house. I love it. It's the perfect commercial.
We're ready to believe you.
Would you not, though, like, would the skeptical side of you not think something was, like, very specifically about them was up when the TV was on, when you swore you turned it off, and then you go in and you experience a ghost? You're like...
Right. Did they just do this?
There's an alternate universe where Venkman saw her and drugged
through
her.
The TV.
He broke into her house. No, he like saw her in real life. Like he was at a theater thing. There's Stay Puft Marshmallows, by the way.
These eggs cook themselves.
Yeah,
these are amazing.
Mm-hmm. This was just radiation.
These ghosts are totally just like a bunch of prankster assholes.
I know.
Now they're breaking eggs.
Yeah, I picture you see like when you see actually the ghosts doing it, you're like, yeah, get them. And then the other
get all
guy's, like,
foamed
seriously.
up. Oh, they're cooking too.
Yeah, that always grossed me out.
I'd eat them. Would you eat them? I'd be fuck you. I paid for them. I am fucking eating them.
Yeah. My only real disappointment is that the eggs are broken. I like to dip.
Is that my stomach?
Yeah,
I'll just look in the fridge because I'm so hungry because my stomach's growling so insanely.
I guess I heard an awful, like I saw like this awful piece of trivia. Zool. I never actually heard that thing say Zool. I remember watching this movie hundreds of times. It was like, I heard the voice say Zool. I'm like, I didn't hear it say Zool.
See, like in Ghostbusters Afterlife, they're just suddenly like possessed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this right in the beginning, like some shit's going on with this lady in her apartment. The other one, suddenly she's just like, blah. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I think the difference being we've already established all that shit. Right. So it's like, we don't have to explain it again. But, I guess the sign up there, they had to have they had this, and then I think it was Ghost Breakers was the other one. I know there were other alternate titles like Ghost Blasters and a bunch of other ones, but they were being sued actively while the film was going on because there was already something else called Ghostbusters out. It was like a kid's show.
Really?
And yeah, so they were suing them, and I guess they settled and they figured something out, so they were allowed to keep Ghostbusters. So, but they had to reshoot scenes multiple times with different
names.
Signs.
What were the names you said?
I think Ghost Breakers was the one that they actually had the other sign for.
Right.
Ghost Blasters was one of like,
I think Ghost Blasters is better than Breakers.
Yes. Because they're not breaking
the
good.
like
that sounds like they're being cruel.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Like,
I broke them.
Dan Aykroyd's in the bottom with a cigarette, like burning him with the cigarettes. And
the
stuff.
lights swinging.
Yeah. So, tell me about Gozer. Who's your leader?
I don't know anything about Gozer.
Yeah. So something that really bummed me out. So again, in this one, they kind of like they hinted this kind of like potential romance between these two. In the cartoon, they just full on explore it. But then in part 2, it's her and Louis Tully.
Really?
Yeah, they're like making out on the couch and shit like that. And I'm like, no way. I was like, it's way better those two.
No, that's not how it went out. It went down.
That's canon, baby.
Uh-oh.
I really don't like that step down from like you open the door and you gotta like step down.
Oh, yeah. That's not cool because they dug it down a little bit, I guess, right? Somebody's gonna fucking lose their shit there.
Well, that's one of those ones, but though it's like a door, but then it's also I think it swings open because it was a fire engine. Like this is Hook and Ladder 8. Like, this is an actual firehouse.
I dig she was in the new one too. Mm-hmm. She looked good still.
Oh, she does look great. She's in Young Sheldon. She's the grandmother in Young Sheldon.
Oh, she is?
She looks fantastic. Yeah.
I like how he's like a Ghostbuster and he like doesn't believe her, thinks she's crazy.
Yeah, I guess he almost wiped out hard when he jumped that rail. And they're like, if he did that, because there was so much like equipment and stuff around, and there were people like kind of out of view. They're like, if he did that, he'd be dead, and he probably would have taken 2 or 3 people with him. Like it was.
That's what should have happened. He should have tried to be cool jumping, but he fucking totally misses and like lands on his face.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. He's one of those guys. Like
Chevy would have went for it.
Yeah, I had this great vision in my mind of what this sequel would have been, and what's really funny is that Paul Rudd was in my version too. And this was before this movie Afterlife ever came out. It was New York was under. Ghostbusters had franchised, but New York was having the biggest paranormal event ever.
and it required, and so you actually brought people from everywhere. And I pictured kind of like that Anchorman scene, you know, Anchorman when all the different channels come. So I pictured you can bring in tons of comedic people,
right,
to just be like, hey, I'm here from like the California one, I'm here from like the, you know, Chicago one, and you just bring in tons of people, and then they all face the big thing. And Pete Venkman would have been the mayor of New York in it. He's the one who's like, who, you know, he's kind of like helped keep them afloat and like all this kind of thing, and help like spread them out, and then he's the one who like brings them together. I was like, that would have been a genius thing to do, because I like, he's that kind of guy. He's like the Zach Morris, where he just always kind of fails up, you know, right? What I mean? It doesn't matter if he's inept or whatever, he's gonna come out fine. Mm-hmm.
And then like he's just like, no, see, these are the things. Well, at least the other two are kind of taking her half serious. But it's like this lady's literally telling you something went on there. You're like, okay, lady, what do we look like, Ghostbusters?
He'll deal with it as soon as he's, you know, got his. So almost every scene includes at least one ad lib. Some people ad lib completely. That is a real device. It's actually meant for like testing for like gases and stuff like that in your house. I don't know what it's called, but it's machine, but it's real.
It's the gasometer, bud.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I
Gasatron 3000.
Well, I see something like that, and now knowing that it's a real thing, I didn't until I researched the movie, just because like they had so many weird little gadgets, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, that would have been a weird toy to be selling. Imagine if they were selling the Ghostbusters like spectral gas tester. And you just have people going around going
spectral gas tester
for spectral farts.
Yes, exactly. They do say the ghosts stink. You can smell the smell of death.
That's what I think. There was a book I read.
You read a book? Yeah, just fucking dork.
I got most of the way through it. I don't know. No, but it was. There was like a blood stain in the attic, and then like
and then you found Spot,
and the ghost kept coming out of that blood stain, and then like made friends with the person.
Oh my god! Kill your family like in Hellraiser.
I always like
to gotta bring the ghost human flesh.
I always like to pretend that that's the that's like the spin-off, like the alternate ending to Kill a Mockingbird, and he's Boo Radley.
Oh my god!
So
the twist.
Get it? Boo
Radley.
I'm weirded out by her cabinets and stuff, though. Like her cabinet, like everything looks like a cooler in her.
Look at there's like two different like Coke cans. Like she bought one and then bought like didn't drink it, and then years later bought the new one. Move your fucking head, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's.
Move your gorgeous jawline and hair out of there. Coke? For fuck's sakes.
He's got a lot of bumpies in his
skin. He does. He's like he goes to the same dermatologist as the dude from Die Hard.
I was waiting for you to say Seal, but okay. Well, that's good news. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't. Ass. Yeah, he wouldn't want that ass if it was nuts.
There you go. Look.
I did see it.
Fucking missed it.
No, it was. It just said Coke, and
I couldn't even see what else was in the fridge. She looked like she ate pretty healthy. There was a lot of green stuff in there.
Look at that teeny ass TV. Like that's the world we live in now. I
can't believe it. Yeah,
I could fit 11 of those screens on my TV.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
I'm trying to find what
TVs now are gigantic. Like even this TV's probably this like small now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, there's worlds where, I mean, you can get those, what was it at CES or whatever, like those modular TVs where you buy like one TV and you buy another TV and attach it, and you just can keep attaching TVs and just making it a bigger and bigger TV.
That's like always, well, back in the 80s, it was like the guy that, I can see everything.
Yeah.
8,000 screens.
Apparently Chevy Chase also turned down the role of Peter Venkman. Which I think that is good. Very well.
No way.
I think that I think that like this could not have turned out better for them. Like when you hear about like it's Michael, I love Michael Keaton, but Michael Keaton as Peter Venkman or Michael Keaton as Egon. I'm like, no thanks.
He's like, oh god.
Fuck. What is it with these doors? Like, what are these doors that like auto lock when you leave? Right? I was like, I have a deadbolt. I open the door, and if I don't lock it, it just isn't locked.
I guess you know how he's all excited about the pole when they're looking at this place and stuff.
Yes.
I guess that was real when they were scouting the location. He was there, and he's like, "Well, we got to use the pole, right?" Like that came right from him, just being like, "Well, we got to definitely use it."
Like, yeah, come on. Get a fucking.
How long do you?
Oh my god! Like, what does she live at her desk? Maybe it's wintertime and it gets dark at like 5:30, right? So it just looks really fucking dark.
It could be. I just like that they're keeping lights minimal so they.
Well,
can
yeah,
not
the thing,
pay.
right? But they have a reputation to go. Their Ghostbusters kind of should be a little creepy, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I just figured they were just saving on electricity, because. They were
probably.
But
That's the most likely. Oh shit! Come on!
What? Like, how long do you suppose they've been at this before you get Dana Barrett and then you get an actual call?
Who the fuck? Well, I don't know. They haven't been sitting here too long, but there must have been like
I feel a couple.
so many people that were watching TV, and it was like, we're the Ghostbusters, and they're like, fuck, it's about fucking time. Like, oh fuck, write that number down right now. Like, fucking A, this is it.
I feel like if they would have moved down to Florida and opened up a Ghostbusters, they would have been busier. Than
My friend Herschel, he's back.
Just
he's
bothering me. I'm just thinking that's the place where the most people would be. Whatever it was,
dying.
It was like goddamn ghost. Not even dying. Just like I picture
would
like
think it was a ghost.
Yeah. I picture like those face tattoo houses. A lot of them go, "There's fucking ghosts in my house because I don't know. I do a bunch of cocaine. I wake up and my kids are missing. What the fuck?"
Holy shit!
Yeah, you might say it's
after
child
3 days, the
services. I know
police
it's
department.
ghosts.
I don't even have kids.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So this guy actually auditioned for the role of Walter Peck, but did not get it. But
What,
they
the
liked
asshole
him.
guy?
Yeah, but they gave him they gave him this role instead. So because
That was good.
Yeah. There's actually a couple of examples of that. Actually, somebody who was up for the role of Winston also got a different job, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Class. Nobody ever gets like the proper backpack. Whenever you see anybody dressed up, they always got no backpack on.
You got to see those, like there's the Niagara Ghostbusters, and like there's an actual that like 501st where they're all dressed like stormtroopers and shit like that. Who they go like
these
super
are like official
film accurate.
Ghostbusters.
These guys go super accurate. Like,
so like if you
and they
want to hire a Ghostbuster for you have to call these guys. Like they're it's the law.
Well, they're just like the ones who like they make all these appearances and then they do a lot of charity shit and stuff like that. Like the 501st was the same thing. I was actually we did a birthday party for Reese that was all Star Wars based, and we were trying to see if we can get, because he loves stormtroopers, and I was like, is there any way I can get a couple of the guys dressed, because they are in full like movie accurate outfits, not shitty anything, right? And they were like, I was like, I know you guys are a charity deal. I'll make a donation to any charity that you guys choose and stuff like that. And they're like, no, typically we don't do that. And I'm like, all right, that's fine.
They're like, fuck you then.
Yeah.
We only take cash. We're Ghostbusters, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think we are here?
No, I was talking to the stormtroopers still. Yeah, you get it.
Stormtroopers, for fuck's sake.
Goddamn stormy troopers.
You guys want a sandwich? I can't take my fucking helmet off, lady. Fuck off. Oh, fuck me sideways. Look out! Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck.
I love this. This is one of my favorite voices in this movie. What the hell are you doing?
It's in New York, friggin'.
Yeah. It's I was gonna say it's the perfect mix of like potentially Puerto Rican.
I thought she was gonna be. I like now she's attempting to put the fire out with whatever chemical that is. She's spraying at it.
I never noticed.
Still doing her job.
That's so funny.
Like,
I literally never noticed that before.
I think, but she's what a trooper.
Absolutely.
She's like, I need this job. I'll just clean up the flaming toilet paper and go on my way.
I am not screwing around.
Like, you're not just gonna run off and be like, holy shit, somebody just fired some weird gun at me or something.
Yeah. So this was the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. They didn't like glue that to him or anything like that's just saliva. But this ghost is actually I don't know what this says about their relationship, but this ghost is actually Dan Aykroyd's tribute to John Belushi. He literally said that. He called him his name is not Slimer. He was never called Slimer once during the whole course of making this movie. He's not called Slimer until the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah. So they were calling him the crew was calling him Onion Head because of the smell of like the stuff. and the cast only called him the ghost of John Belushi.
Really?
Yeah.
The ghost of John. How flattering.
I don't know. For my money, like Harold Ramis is the funniest in this by far.
Oh fuck!
I love
I'm gonna say Rick Moranis personally.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Like for me, I think it's just the understated like action, like just that little move, and then there's that line he improvised. Yeah, and there's that line he improvised too when he talks about, he's like, oh, you were gonna drill that hole in your head, and he's like, that would have worked if you didn't stop me. So originally, actually, Winston was the one who was supposed to be.
Oh yeah, we got Winston yet.
We haven't seen Winston yet, and there's a reason for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But but originally the Winston role was going to be a lot bigger, and he was going to be the one who was slimed in this part because he would have showed up almost immediately.
Why? Because they need a fourth. They're like, we need another guy.
Well, no, they had another guy in mind, and that person dropped out, but they'd already rewritten the scripts. So then
No, I mean the Ghostbusters themselves. Like they're looking for, we need a fourth. Like we need,
Oh, they're exhausted. Yeah. But what's weird to me is they're always like, we're exhausted, but then they always work at the same time. Like there's no shifts.
There's only 4 though.
I know, but even then, like, but that's what I'm saying.
But that's how you get overtime.
But you would think that you would add like another 3 guys then, or something like that, so that you can have another shift. Oh, you can very clearly. I'm very clearly hearing in the background the plows. Still, we have that gigantic snowstorm up here.
Well, that's what I was hearing. I thought it was somebody's playing the piano, and
I don't think so.
And the ghost was, ripping on the piano possible. There. Oh,
there he is.
This is fucking awesome.
Does he tuck in his arms?
Who?
Like Slimer? Because they're gone. I'm going to call him Onion Head for the rest of this episode.
I'm going to call him John Belushi.
John Belushi. Yeah,
Johnny B.
Well, they called him because he's just a dude looking for a party. He's just all about excess. And
yeah, the right to just trash the place, eh? Fucking A.
Could you imagine?
He's like, what the fuck?
Like, how much damage do you think they actually did to this goddamn place?
Oh, that thing is probably, what do you think a chandelier of that magnitude costs?
It's got to be a few grand. I don't know.
10, 20 grand. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. It could be $30 or it could be $100,000.
Neither
number would
It looks expensive, though. There's probably real crystals hanging off it, a couple diamonds.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess there's a scene where Egon was building these things and he was testing them, and he actually plugs it in to charge it, and the plug just melts when he's trying to charge it.
Oh yeah, what the fuck, like?
Yeah, that's a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of parts where I'm on William Atherton's side because he's like the EPA guy,
right?
And they're like, "Get out of here, you fucking dick!" Like, and he's like, "I'm concerned about the environment. You have nuclear shit here."
Yeah,
and I'm kind of concerned because none of this appears to be licensed. And he's like, "Get out of here, nerd!"
Yeah, you fucking asshole. We're trying to break our party, wreck our shit. But sure, when he said he was like, we have like a nuclear accelerator on our back.
Stop trying to yuck my yum. I just heard that somebody say that the other day, and I'm like, this is my best thing ever.
So I guess, like, how much business you really have to think now, like, okay, how much are they going to trash the place? How much is it going to cost to refurbish this room?
Yeah.
Or how much business do we lose having this motherfucker running around every day?
There's definitely a cost benefit analysis being done in the background.
Yes, like who? Yeah.
Oh, I meant to do, when I recorded this, I was meant to side by side record this screen so that I could like put it together in a like TikTok and stuff like that next time.
It just grabs him perfectly too, right? Walks all around him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so in the just for practical effects, they just have like a light bulb. Like, this part is lighting up,
right?
And that's all that's actually happening. So they can have something lighting off their face, but then also they can react to the fact that it's on and when it's off, so they know how to like react to how they're holding it.
Those are real special effects. It still holds up.
Yeah, I'm not mad at
because it's there for real.
Yes,
they're shooting that thing around. Real ghosts. They don't really have like, it's a really tough, kind of thing. Using ghosts, real ghosts in your movie, because it's like, do they have rights? They're not alive.
No.
Like,
well, and the thing is though, if you die and you're SAG, you are SAG for eternity.
Forever.
Like,
that's right, yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about the benefits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're not getting
you're
not getting health benefits.
They were talking about starting a union, but it fell through their hands.
Like everything. Like food for a Slimer, the deal fell through.
Yeah. So it goes.
Could that guy ever play anything that wasn't just a snob?
Who, this guy?
Yeah.
I also love, I was just going to wait to talk about when we saw him, but was the guy that replaced him, right? He's this total asshole and everything because he's just the perfect, smarmy dick.
I would, like to a point where I almost felt bad, where I'm like, if I was a director, I would hire him to be a nice guy just once. He'd probably, like, love me for the rest of his life. And said, oh, thank you. He's like, his whole thing, he just comes into the scene and he saves the puppy and then leaves.
Yeah, there you go, bud. $5,000.
I feel
$1 grand.
yeah.
Well, once buddies are $1 grand a piece.
Well, and you think about what that was probably worth then. Like, I mean, that's like half of a car. That's actually, no, that's probably
$5 grand.
$5 grand. You could probably almost buy a car for that much money. That was how much they charged for this one job.
Fucking awesome, eh? Good old days. They just, now they, hey, look at buddy. Hey, man, that's the guy that's always at WrestleMania. You got any change, man?
He's like, can we get Tommy Chong? No, we can't. Oh, this guy looks fine.
How many times do you think, let's guess and then find out, how many times do they play the song? Not all the way through, obviously, but how many times does the song play? I'm going to say 8 times.
I'll say 5.
Okay.
I'll say 5. But
they're rocking now.
Yeah. It's really funny because every now and again, this is the feature film debut of Larry King. Look at how young he looks here.
He's smoking.
Yeah.
Those are the good. Look at the glasses, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Mine are kind of like that. They're kind of like a retro with this thing here. Yes.
They're very retro, but they're not like the size of like fucking plates on either side of his nose.
Each lens has to be the exact size of Sally Jesse Raphael's head. I love the montage. Oh my god, you see the montage that I just saw in Invasion USA.
Oh god.
Okay, the ghosts are invading. That's why it makes sense.
Oh, let's give it up for Casey Kasem, who's making on there.
No, that's
he literally just said this is Casey Kasem.
No, that's from Scooby-Doo.
Yes, Casey. Oh, you're a dickhead. I hate you so much. You know something I didn't know until a while, I knew it a while ago. Yes, it was Shaggy, but he's also Robin from the old like Batman Super Friends cartoons.
He is?
Yeah, there was somebody did this great Casey Kasem impression, and then he was like, and yeah, he was Robin, and he's like, look, Batman, there's a letter from the Riddler, and he writes. he's like,
whoa,
yeah. I heard that this was like his wife or something like that, and I can never remember. I didn't remember to like. I also was trying to think if this was a dream or not because they were all sleeping.
I think it is a dream.
And then he woke up, and then he's not like those other guys are not around him. Also, do my eyes cross when I get a blowjob? This is
when you get a blowy.
This is questions I need to know.
No, the best part about getting a blowjob from a ghost is you definitely know whether they spits or swallows.
Well, either way, it just goes at the back of
exactly.
Their head. So yeah, this is the wonderful Ernie Hudson playing Winston Zeddemore. The original Winston Zeddemore, Eddie Murphy.
No way.
He was written to be in it. He refused to do the movie. And
why did everybody not want to do this?
I don't know.
What is their fucking problem?
I have a feeling they saw the original script because I think that was Chevy Chase said the original script that he saw just seemed weird and nuts. Like, so I have a feeling everybody saw that and they were like, no. And then they ended up doing a lot of rewrites, and then other people were like, oh, this is going to be great. But yeah, so Eddie Murphy wasn't going to do it. He auditions seeing the script that Eddie Murphy had agreed to or had not agreed to, and he's like, oh man, this is a big part, that's going to be awesome. And he actually took a pay cut to do the movie because he was so excited to do it, only to come in and find out he's like, here's the script, and they cut his role in less than half.
Who's?
Winston, right? Because like I said, Winston was supposed to be way earlier in the movie.
Right.
Like, this 40 minutes into the movie before he shows up.
Yeah, what the fuck,
So
I forgot that.
So, and he only has, and he even says too, like he's got an interview where he's like, look, I'm very grateful to the movie, and I'm grateful to Ivan Reitman for casting me in it, and it was a fun part, and it was all this stuff. He's like, but it's not what I agreed to do.
What did he? Oh, he agreed
to do
like
the whole movie big part, like, and then it was going to be a good opportunity for him, and they're like, oh, you're not Eddie Murphy //
right. Uh-oh. Maybe the big boys here did it. I don't want that new guy getting all the scenes.
Yeah. Well, no, what they did is they shifted everything to Bill Murray. Is they're just like, okay, well, Bill's here now, and he'll take care of this.
Right.
And like one of the big things was him being slimed, obviously. The flags are all at half-mast. Is it for all the dead people that they're killing?
I don't know. They are at half-mast.
You see, there's like a billboard in the back, Slimer forever. Never forget.
Titties?
What? I saw this movie. This movie was on at work the other day, and I saw the Hittites, and I'm like, this is what made me think about doing the movie, and I'm like, Todd's gonna say titties. 100%. Todd's gonna say
titties?
Yes. These are he titties, those are she titties.
He just showed up like a creeper.
Yeah,
this was cool in the 80s. Being a total creeper.
Yeah, I know.
See you later laughing.
If you did it enough, they'd be.
He's like, I've been following you all day, all week. I've been watching the shut tub. She's like, oh, you.
I like having seen the movie a million times. I never thought like I knew it wasn't the case, and I never thought about it when I was a kid. But as an adult, I saw that guy, and I'm like, wouldn't it be really fitting if that guy was also a ghost?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Like, you look at him, and he just looks like he's dead.
Inside.
Yeah. And I was like, it'd be wonderful to find out that he was also a ghost. And that's like, they were actually dating, and then she finds out he's a ghost, and they save him, and that's what gets him in with her. Not saving her from being a dog. What does he do? I have such a hard time. I know it's a very stupid sentiment, but like to hear somebody being a professional like orchestra musician is a weird job to me.
Right? Why?
Like that's what I'm saying. It's not at all reasonable.
It's their art form. It's what they do. They sign in every day and out every day, just like you and me.
And there's a million reasons. Like, obviously, they're doing scores of movies. They're doing large concert things, and they're doing. But I was like, just the idea of, well, what are you doing today? Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we going to practice music. And it was like, it's like some man's gonna point at me when he wants me to play music, and I'll do it.
I wonder if really that actually means something, or is he just fucking around? Like, they've been doing this forever. What is this guy doing?
Yeah,
like, well, what's he really?
He's maintaining a rhythm. Is mainly.
Oh, they know the rhythm. They're fucking pros.
I know.
Like, they're gonna fall.
You would,
off.
You would think
show up. They can't even play the thing.
Yeah, you would think everybody. I think it's probably a matter of if one little thing slips, it'll all start to slip really fast.
Right.
Whereas if you have somebody to focus on,
right?
You're like, if I'm focused on him, I'm not focused on me hearing something going wrong over there.
Right. Oh, here he is.
There he is, William Atherton.
I wonder too when he's putting the trap in.
Yes.
How much space? I guess this is all new to them. Like, what space do you need for ghost essences?
I know. Well, they said they were almost full already.
Is it like a gig? Like, what do you need?
It's like a gigabyte.
Like a couple gigs? Like, do you need, what's up? What's above a gig? Kill a gig?
A terabyte.
Yeah.
I'd go all the way into the petabytes, which sounds like something
like way up.
Yeah. But what's really funny to me is I picture a world or like a sequel or something like that where one of those guys gets sucked into there and now they're in the it'll
be the new Ghostbusters show.
I think
it should be.
Is that my cat dying?
No idea.
Holy shit.
Ghosts are coming out, bro.
Good God.
Well, maybe that should be Rick Moranis can fall in.
Yeah. God,
and for like 2 seasons, he'll be in there.
I miss Rick Moranis so much, like as a performer.
He's a good dude.
He did the right thing.
Yeah,
and all
fucking
that stuff.
it.
But like
now, did he do the right thing for us?
No, he never does the right.
What
thing
a selfish prick.
Well, I remember this one time when I was like, I really need like $45,000, and like, did he come through?
No, he didn't at all.
But he's just one of those guys where like, and I guess when he did, because he did that like charity thing where they redid Bob and Doug McKenzie, like this was like just a few years ago, and he was so nervous because he hadn't performed in like 15 years.
Right.
He was just like, I don't know, like it's like I don't even know if I know how to do this anymore.
Oh my God, it'd be like an old glove.
Oh God, yeah, especially when somebody like maybe if you were doing something yourself, it would be weird,
right?
Awkward, but it's like you got Dave Thomas sitting next to you, somebody you worked with for friggin' decades. I was like, I feel like you'll be just fine.
That's what he just said. He said it's getting crowded in there.
Oh, see, I thought they said that in the other one. It's funny because Winston
he's a Ghostbuster about halfway through the movie. You don't see him in a Ghostbusters outfit till like the last scene,
Oh my god.
or the last act,
Right.
whatever, right?
No shit.
That's a very weird way to compare. Why, like, he's like this Twinkie would be bigger. Like that's how much
It makes
ghosts
sense.
I get, like,
No,
I
it
get
totally
his-
is. He's like, this is the amount of energy that is
Yeah.
normally happening on a regular day. Now,
Yeah.
picture this, that.
Yeah.
This is like, there's way more energy happening.
I don't know. I just feel like that's not the way he would explain.
You don't know. We're already
Yeah.
in the middle of talking about, conversions in space. This is the Twinkie conversion,
Is there an app for this? Because we could probably
the
get this
Twinkie
sorted out.
conversion app.
Yeah.
If I need how many Twinkies does it take?
Actually, isn't that like a Republican thing? We're,
Oh, yeah.
we're converting all the Twinkies back to straights.
Man, you'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
so I want to buy a piece of property, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, what are you looking for? 100,000 Twinkies. That's the size.
Yeah.
It's the Twinkie conversion list. Anyways, I still want to go back to
These are great looking.
what would, like, in the computer, it's like gigs or terabytes or
Yeah.
whatever. What would the measurement be if it's ghosts?
I have no idea. They would definitely have.
It would be some kind of almost like negative energy, so it would have to be some kind of negative.
You'd hear some spectral. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
like
blah.
the negative spectral.
I don't know. I feel like you could make up something that I would.
Somebody out there, somebody write in and tell us what would be the. I'm onto something here. I can't dwell on it too long. I'm going to think about it tonight when I'm up all night. Oh, there goes. Oh, yeah, he's having his party.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I feel like
This guy's got hot babes and he's dancing with this hot broad.
I just love he's got this permanent sense. I wanted them to end up together. It was like he's always all the way in, and he's not hitting on her or anything like that. He's just he's just like he just wants to be her friend.
He's so good.
Yeah, and I don't even think that she's like. I don't even think it's that she doesn't like him. I think that she's just a proper New Yorker, and she's like, no, you're not friends with your goddamn apartment neighbors.
Nah, I think she's a bitch. She
Think
doesn't
I'm
like
a
him. He's
mom.
annoying. He's a nerd.
Yeah. But she would do his taxes.
How tall is he?
He's five.
like Tom- he's
he's
like-
5'4".
5'4". He's
Yeah.
like 2 inches taller than Tom Cruise.
I think it's 8 inches. That's why he had to jump up on the couch because he couldn't just step up onto it.
He's like, Oprah, help me up on the couch. He's like, I can't get my legs up there.
You know, he actually,
He's like, why?
He actually
Why?
said,
Okay, what?
He said, Opie, uppie, uppie. By the way, like I've seen massage chairs before, but I've never seen a molest chair that we're about to see.
Ooh, if that was them all and they changed the name of it to the molester, I guarantee you that thing would be broken with usage.
Knowing that you're grabbing on to like one of the stars of this movie, how careful are you to make sure? Now you can't see. How careful are you to make sure you're not grabbing a tit or something so you don't get fired?
Oh my God, you just tell her. You know who they got back there? It's probably friggin' Ray
Yeah.
grabbing her titties.
Ray Parker Jr., the writer of the song.
She always... He doesn't give a fuck. He's got that royalty money.
Yeah, he's holding onto her really tight. She's like, let me go. And he goes, who you going to call?
Oh, I always love this.
Yeah. That's always a great...
This is like the Freddy. Oh,
Yeah.
Schnitt.
See, this is what I'm
Grab
saying.
her puss, all
there,
right there,
see,
titty.
it's danger. But
Puss.
he went high. He went a high chest.
Yeah. That is so awesome looking.
It was really cool. And like it seems like that would like legitimately like freak people out, right? But this is so much better. Like when you watch the second one, and it's like it's the Scolari brothers, and they're like, and they're flying around. I'm like that's like and everybody and the judge is acting like you what? Like it's like everybody's in a fucking episode of like the Three Stooges.
Or it's like the
something.
cartoon.
No, it was way worse than the cartoon.
This is the best.
Oh, this
Everything he
scene-
talks about
This whole scene is one shot, every word of it improvised
by him.
by him. Yeah, well, obviously by him.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you what it's called when somebody improvises something and somebody else says it. That's called writing.
Oh.
I love that guy's hair. It's so it's at room temp. So this woman is Jeannie Kasem. That's Casey Kasem's wife.
Oh,
This
no
is her
way.
first movie. She's been in a bunch of stuff now, actually. Look at that, Dan.
I thought he's like, that lobster's from Nova Scotia. It's $27
I know,
a pound or
it's so
something he
good.
says, right?
I love too that he discloses everybody's finances as he's. Hi. That's so much information. So I love that so much. It's just,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, but he's eating no Fritos. I saw a bag of Wise. Oh, yeah, that hasn't aged well.
No.
Oh, my God. Casey Kasem's wife just fell the goddamn way down.
But, like, that looks great still.
Because he's there.
Yeah. Well, not all practical effects look great. That looked awful. That
He's
looks
right
good.
after you, bud.
Yeah.
Anytime he stops. Just like in anything.
Yeah. I thought they did a pretty good job with them in Afterlife, actually. They like when they were running around.
No one
obviously,
gives
CJ.
a fuck.
No, this is the thing. You can write any movie that takes place in New York, and you can get away with anything because it's New York. They're like, yeah, we've seen everything. There was actually when they were shooting an episode of Impractical Jokers one time, they had the guy. He was in a chair on the street and he fell backwards with his legs in the air, and he was just kicking and like doing whatever. People were walking over him like it was nothing.
Like they do not care. It's like when I saw in Toronto that guy go turfing off his bike.
Yeah,
Like the cars literally continued to go. They were like going around him. He was in the street.
yeah,
I was like, this is insane. I was like, dude, like, are you okay? Like, holy shit.
yeah. So now, what is your idea of what happens to them here? So it's like the dogs catch them, but they become the dogs. So do the dogs like jump into them and possess them?
I think, in my opinion, he is going to be dragged off into the dark, and then the dog will somehow morph with him.
Enter him.
Maybe he will eat. The dog will just swallow him, like, "Bleh," you know?
That would be fine with that. Goddamn homeless. It's the only thing I want to do in New York is go to a comedy club and take a yellow cab somewhere.
And go to a comedy club and take a yellow cab.
Well, I should take the yellow cab to the comedy club to really cut down on my time.
There you go.
I love it. Somebody brought a cougar to a party. Yeah, and that cougar's name was Sigourney Weaver. Meow.
Was she a kook at that point?
No.
She's cooking now.
She's got that 80s thing because like these guys are all in their like early 30s maybe in this
She
movie.
was always in movies. Remember that one with her looking hot and Jennifer Love huge tits? Oh, fuck, here we go.
Oh God, yeah.
They're
they were
like the
scammers.
spinsters, and like Ray Liotta was in it. Like I love Ray Liotta.
Yeah, it was that thing
I
where
like
they
that
was,
movie.
They were scamming guys by she would hook up with the guy, and then Jennifer Love Hewitt would come in and then sleep with him, and then she'd sue and get like like she'd divorce him, take the money, and then they'd go to the next guy.
What the fuck was that movie called?
I don't remember.
Scam Diggers.
Yeah, scam butts.
Clam scammers.
But for
Scamming with
fart
using their
face.
clam to scam.
But guys with the fart. Right? Was any of that right?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No, it was not.
Well, I'm gonna not go to IMDb. I'm gonna write Sigourney Weaver and
Jennifer
Love.
Tits.
Well, I'll probably put her real name because Google will help me a little bit more.
Wasn't she in that FBI show?
I know.
She's
It's
like, I'm the psychic.
No, she was in. Yeah, that was.
She
those
was
are
a
two.
psychic 911 operator.
Yeah, she's the 911 operator in 911.
They're like, you haven't answered your phone all day. She's like, I don't need to. Another one's in trouble. Go to this house.
That would save time.
They're like, at least put the headset on and try, you know, to make it look like you're doing it.
Heartbreakers.
And Gene Hackman.
Everybody's in this.
That was a good movie, bro.
Gene Hackman. I feel like that exact photo of Gene Hackman is in every single movie that he's in. I feel that's the birdcage shot.
I want a cardboard cutout, life size, of Gene Hackman in that pose.
That'd be amazing. Him poking around from the bathroom with his cigarette hanging out. See
this one's okay. So he's in the same mode right now. That like. It's like she's loaded and you're not. And you're like, come on, you're just drunk. But this is even worse. This is like you are possessed.
Yes.
Do you bang her or not?
Of course I do.
I don't know, man. She's floating around. That's pretty hot.
Yeah, but there's a certain level of aggression that just like...
When she hits that lower register, the Zool.
Well, now you got me. Yeah,
man.
It's like, okay, this is the level of voice depth I'm used to.
Like when that Adam's apple really rattles around.
I still absolutely love my shirt that I have. It's my There Is No Princess, Only Zool.
where it's Mario reaches the end of the castle, and it's where it's usually the Toad saying the princess is in the castle.
Yeah.
It's her in all 8 bits saying there is no princess, only Zula, and I loved it. I love it so much. I should have worn it today. But
You should have. What the shit?
I didn't play it. I'm still wearing my shirt that I was just wearing around the house while I was doing chores and shit.
Look like she's pulling the Undertaker. Eyes are rolling back.
So this is a pretty cool thing that they do, actually. This is like out of Broadway where they put like a body cast on her with a pole. So this is all being done like just practically. You can actually see it. Oh, no, you can't. Never mind.
No
Sorry.
way, bud.
Sorry.
This is Hollywood magic, baby.
I can see the flatness on the back.
Oh,
there.
and just to make the trick even better, she is now spinning. The ghost is like, see, huh?
And then Bill Murray just gets out a hula hoop and like puts it over both sides. It's like, no, you get it? Yeah. Well, I'd probably get underneath, at that point. Like, this is something where it's like, well, this would be a first.
He still thinks she's just mucking around.
Yeah.
He's like, come on now, girl. This place ain't haunted. Oh.
Yeah. Somebody got into the schnapps.
And this is definitely what you see.
I like that they went in such different directions. She's just a horn monster, and then he's like he's just a literal animal.
It really just made him get wacky and go run around for a while.
I'm joking. Hold on. I'm picturing a world where he's trying to hump all these different things because he thinks, oh, you're the gatekeeper. It sounds like having sex with the horse. Oh my God, he's turning into Teen Wolf.
Whoa.
Oh my God, Chris Penn's upset. I like that they have to dress like sassy magicians.
See, he's down with animal rights, bud.
Yeah.
Nobody flashes their red demon eyes at me, huh?
Yeah.
We're an asshole.
This freaking guy. Yeah. I love she makes everything like she instantly adds such a good flavor to just the
because it's just so monotone, right? It's just like whatever.
But just the idea too, are you coming to arrest these guys? Because fuck, I don't care. Like, whatever. I feel like she should have been the actual receptionist in the office.
They don't hook up. I know they don't hook up on this one, but the second one, aren't they a thing?
No, I think they teased it and stuff, but in the end, it's literally her and Tully having like going at it on Sigourney Weaver's couch as they're babysitting the baby. It's literally just a colander with a bunch of electric
in part
shits.
2.
Yeah.
And then the goop thing happens.
Yes.
Like the only good part, like half the damn movie. You're like, holy fuck, it's about time something happened for fuck's
Well,
sakes.
I mean, the goop was good and bad because the goop thing is like sometimes pretty cool, and then it's like then they make the Statue of Liberty walk around and nobody's terrified.
Yeah.
They're like, we need a symbol of hope, and then everybody's like, yeah, woo, she's walking. I knew this day would come. Like, fuck.
I guess what they were thinking, we needed another Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something. So then that's what I thought when I watched the movie. It's like, come on, and then their feet rip out of the ground. And
I know. A torn. This again.
Where did they find him?
He was just running around the streets and stuff, and the cops picked him up and brought him here. I like that the cops know well enough. They're like, I don't want to deal with this. Give him instead of the like an institution. They're like, give him
right, I don't want to sign the paperwork.
Yeah. There's nothing official about the Ghostbusters. Holy fuck. I'm usually very psychic.
That's how I eat. I absorb it through my skin.
Yeah.
I like that thing. It's like clearly like a strainer with a bunch of wires hooked up to it.
Yeah, I like when you keep it simple, right?
Didn't you just notice he
Who's
said
that
Gozer
Who
too?
is that picture of?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
That would be very fun. I feel like that's the person whose life she stole. Like, she wanted to be a musician and she talented Mr. Ripley her way into this. Like, that's that woman's apartment. She drowned her in the East River and now she's taking it over. There was actually a version of the script where she was going to be an alien just to kind of add to this.
Say what?
There was a version of the script. Of course, this is fucking Dan Aykroyd. This is why you bring in Harold Ramis to kind of rein him in.
Right.
Because there was a version where they're like, oh, she should be an alien. No, she fucking shouldn't.
Sweet.
It's bad enough
she's an alien.
It's like,
So she's a possessed alien?
Yeah, could you imagine having to work that into this? We're already dealing with one big thing. Like, that's fine.
No, because at the very end of the movie, they're like, "Are you okay, Sigourney Weaver?" And she's like, "Don't worry. Weirder things have happened to me." And then like a spaceship comes down and takes her away.
I actually
Venkman is heartbroken because he loved this alien woman.
Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite conversations in this entire movies.
What?
This conversation is
right here?
Yeah, I like because it's one of the only serious conversations. Like everything else is just an excuse to get out jokes. And this is one of the only ones where, like, hey, let's actually have a conversation about what we think is happening here.
Right.
And he's talking about like end of days and like religious and stuff like that. And I love the way he puts this. But
wait a second. Okay, wait.
Yeah, what?
So she is an alien.
Yeah.
Okay. She's with Venkman for a while.
Yes.
But then they break up and she gets with Dan Aykroyd.
That would be his
and
dream
then
come true.
They get married.
Yes.
And then Dan Aykroyd's kid could say, "My stepmother is an alien."
Yes. But then, now we got to work in a whole thing where he had a wife and he's already had a kid.
Whatever.
And that kid was actually Allison Hannigan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
that's How I Met Your Stepmother.
Is an alien.
That
How I Met Your Stepmother is an alien.
Yeah, there you go. How I Met Your Father is finally coming out.
Oh
apparently.
Lord, I fucking hated it. How I met your
I
fucking
didn't hate
whatever sister's dad. Give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I wasn't a fan of the way it ended though. And like basically like 5 episodes in, you just like everything we needed to know already happened, and then you just dragged it on.
Dragged it on.
But the one thing I always loved about that show is, which is a weird thing to say, was its continuity. Like they would go back, they'd go like 8 seasons in, and then like dump back to season 2, episode 1, scene 6,
Right.
And go, hey, remember when this thing happened, which was like completely meaningless, but it's there,
Right.
and they just have and they have all these little moments. This guy comes to the Ghostbusters a lot.
Well, he's
like the cop was
fucking
just here
pissed off with them.
the
The cop. You
the
mean?
cop was just here
Oh,
the
yeah.
night before. You are dying inside. Like, do you not eat till you get here? You're just like, I'm so hungry.
That was a good one. Better out than in, they say.
Shadows.
Yeah, see, like you said before. Oh my God, is that DJ Qualls? Meets like a way too skinny a Jim from The Office.
I was gonna say, or a like a Yorma Taccone from The Lonely Island.
Yeah, like for real.
Yeah.
There was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Wouldn't it have been great though if he was just right? He just shut it off and the ghost just went away. It's like, oh, they're just gone.
That's
now.
that's the solution.
And then they turn it back on, and it's like restarting your hard drive, or like formatting your
It's
hard
empty
drive.
now.
It's like they just stop being.
I like that it's just a random coincidence that the girl that hired them, and then Venkman is, seeing her. Then well, I guess not really, because then I guess they made the guy across the street across the hall. They're the other guy.
Well,
so
everything's related to the buildings. So
Right,
the fact that it
yes.
happened to them is perfect.
Slimer's gonna get back out. Body's going right to the hot dog cart.
I like this. This is a real good example of the Ghostbusters are wrong. If you shut this down, we won't be responsible for what's going to happen. No, you 100% will, because you've already admitted that none of this is licensed. Like, you have no right to have any of this shit.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. See, it's New York.
That guy, there's no way he wasn't in like Hill Street Blues. Like every show that he featured cops at some point.
in the Simpsons, where the guys like, shut up, and down there, and then some of the guys like, you shut up.
Yes. Yeah. That sad episode where they visit the World Trade Center.
What's that?
That was the episode where they visit the World Trade Center.
Gosh.
Yes. No more stick. Mountain Dew or crab juice. Ew.
Oh, because I like how he says, "Oh shit!" And it's like, what, like you've done this before?
Well, it says there's
fuck.
That alarm never means something good's about to happen.
Oh shit!
So was it just behind the walls? Like, do they have a big tank back there?
I have no idea.
I need blueprints.
I know, this is what I'm saying. I want to
so
know the whole thing. It's killing me. We got to talk to those real Ghostbuster dudes.
I want the Reitmans to make a documentary about if the Ghostbusters were real and make a documentary about the whole thing. I guess when Harold Ramis died, everybody came to this fire station and left little tributes
And blew
to
the
him.
roof off of it?
They did. But no, they left little tributes to him. They left little like Nestle Crunch or whatever the bar is that the chocolate bar that he gets at the beginning.
Yeah.
They left Twinkies. They left little things of spores, mold, and fungus. Just like all the things he says in the movie, essentially.
They leave mold. That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Great gift.
I'm sure the
Thank
guy,
you.
well, it's New York. I'm sure there's plenty of mold. That looks like an old Sam Kinison. The guy who was in the front there.
Oh, I missed him. This is I like the tune when they come out. There's like a killer 80s tune.
Yeah. I like that. Oh, great. Like, what a day. Also,
Lost
where
the
was
Keymaster?
Also, where was he? Where was Ray out on a solo call? He's like, yeah, it's just a little ghost thing I needed to take care of.
Yeah.
It's not a...
Woo!
It's a very.
Here we go.
This is a great song. This is.
There's Stay Puffed on the side of the.
Oh, very good. This is a song where you either have sex to it or you release ghosts to it, but nothing else.
What if while you have sex you're releasing ghosts?
Ideally.
Because the woman's vagina is a ghost holder.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Oh, there you go. But the what's it called? One of the scenes I was here because you're about to get a bunch of little ghost things happening. One of the big things was you were going to see a woman with a mink coat at a what was it? At a fashion show, and her mink coat was going to come to life.
Right.
They cut that out of this, but they put it into part 2. That scene happens where like a woman on the streets mink coat.
That's right. Yeah, I was like, hey, wait, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that actually. I like the look of that real skeleton dude. Last night I was looking up about masks from, I was just looking up. Oh, there he is. So he's hitting up the old hot dog cart.
He was just about to say food. He should have done the thing from Animal House where he like.
Oh yeah, that's totally what they should have done.
That would have been genius.
The old Super Ghost Highway.
Yes, they're definitely making it way better than New York traffic is. Can you imagine that's a Central Park apartment? You know how much that's worth? And she's a friggin' she's an orchestra musician.
This is like watching her. Like this is like the starting of Cats.
Yes.
Boom.
She just chose to live the Jellicle life.
Blow the roof off, girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good way to find out where he is.
Oh, they're in
Okay,
prison.
let's see the phone call. Oh, I'm waiting to see. There's a police guard that we need to see that I need to talk about very badly.
Look at buddy's coming over to check it out. Oh, yeah, there's some other people watching.
I like because they have the individual cells, but everybody's just in the central area.
Yeah, well, that's where they hang out, right? They should have. Maybe it happens here, but they should have been talking.
I feel like
He's
that's
just
us. That's us if one of us isn't paying proper attention. Hey, snap out of it.
They should have gone through the whole thing talking, all their crazy ghost talk.
Yeah.
And then one of the inmates that's not them should be like, yo, whoa. He's like, you need to correct that. They're like this. You should actually do that to their this and that. And they're like,
brilliant
whoa,
joke.
Thanks, be like Big Joe, or whatever, right? Like,
and then he tries to stab him.
yeah.
It's like the end of it's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Tim Meadows' character.
I think that's the only one I've ever seen.
Oh god! And he goes to bite. He's laying there because he was a cannibal. He was in jail with Jake, and he helped him out a bunch. And he's like, "Thanks, you're a good friend." He's like, "Give me a hug." And he goes to try and bite him. And he's like, but not being but only being half funny.
Right.
You could see legit in his eyes. So Ivo Shandor. So that's an interesting thing. They bring that up in here. Ivo Shandor appears in Ghostbusters Afterlife, played by J.K. Simmons.
Oh, no
towards
way.
the end, yeah, he's in that clear coffin. And he looks like Stalin in there, and yeah. So that was
J.K. Simmons just to play that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they had what's her name play Gozer,
Yes.
and she looks exactly like her.
People stuff like that. People just want to be involved. They're just like, oh, I'm only gonna have to work for a half day. Yeah, let's do it.
I'd be in.
Yeah, absolutely. That guy too. He looks like somebody who's played a Russian bad guy and everything.
Yeah, watch out, guys.
Where do they get access to these blueprints? Now that I'm thinking about it, they're in jail.
You know how the only way to get someone into prison, bud.
Yeah, the old human coin purse.
That's right. Oh my god! I saw.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Reginald Vell Johnson, who was up for the role of Winston Zeddemore, didn't get the role, but they liked him, so they're like, "You can play this guy."
No way.
So once again, he's got to play a cop because that's all he's good for.
Just got off the phone with John McClane.
Yes.
What are you motherfuckers doing in here?
That's probably what he happens. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to join the force in L.A.
That's why they had Twinkies, because they came from him.
Son of a bitch. It all...
Oh my god. Twinkie paradox.
Is that the position she was just
Oh my god, that's like
in?
every Instagram photo, but with way more clothes on.
Yes.
Oh fuck yeah, she's waiting for you, bud.
Nice.
The gate is wide open, brother.
In the end, he got what he really wanted.
Fucking right, he did.
I wonder if he remembers.
Ghost baby.
I wonder if they remember this and now they pass each other awkwardly in the halls.
Their sexual lust opened up a gateway to the other world.
I love that she dips him. That is the best. There's no way that wasn't a discussion either. Like, that's somebody who's like, okay, she has to dip him.
Dip you.
It was like
all right, Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I think the decision was either she dips him or he steps up on something to kiss her.
On the key grip.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you're not doing
Oh, there they go.
You know what bums me out so bad is she, like, her entire life changed after this one, because by part 2, she's like, her musician, like, she's gone down to like doing almost nothing with music. She's like, I'm gonna go back to music, but I'm doing this art. I feel like that was actually taking up more of her time than, because she's like, I got a kid now, I don't have time to be a musician. I have to like retouch all this artwork.
Right.
I was like, I feel like she's like, I feel like she's at the office a lot more.
Right. I guess the mayor must have brought them out of prison.
Mm-hmm. And that guy, he should be like, the only thing he should be is the mayor of New York.
Oh yeah, so they gassed the whole city like the Joker.
Yeah. I do like that. That's a real, like, that's his theory. I was like, we got all these ghosts around. He's like, he's drugging everybody to see the ghosts. I'm like, at this point, I think that seems way more unlikely.
Yeah, exactly.
This man is good. So William Atherton actually had a conversation with Ivan Reitman after this movie. He's like, people hate me. It's like people would like yell at me on the streets.
That's so hilarious. He's like the real guy.
I know. And that always
like
happens.
when women run into like soap people and they get stabbed.
Oh yeah, exactly right.
It's like, man,
and
Victor Newman's been stabbed by an actual woman like 15 times in real life.
It should happen though.
She's like, you son of a bitch! You divorced her for the 7th time.
My titty. But but I guess like somebody, like, there was one spot where he literally gets like he gets yelled at by kids on a bus. And they're like, "Hey, dickless!" And I'm like, "Oh god, like what a shitty life to live." That's like that was like wrestler.
Dickless.
That would be like being a wrestler in the early '80s, back when kayfabe, like, you still had to be a bad guy everywhere you were. What a shitty life that must have been, eh?
You have to be. I mean, you're on the road a lot too, so you don't really.
Yeah. Tito Santana said though that I guess he's like the expectations were like, when you went and drank, you went and drank with the bad. If you were a bad guy, you went and drank with the bad guys. He's like, we always ended up together at the end of the night.
Right.
Like, it's just. He's like, best efforts, but at the end of the night, we're all together.
We're all drinking together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Pecker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, he's right, buddy. Who to believe?
What do you mean?
What's the Bible?
What do you mean biblical? You just literally kissed a friggin' cardinal's ring. I think you probably have an idea of what biblical means.
Good point.
Well,
I mean, he should have he should have sucked his finger. He should have, yes, Cardinal.
No, that would have been the best. And then he's sitting there. He's like, you don't know biblical? What about that guy? He's like, whoa, is that guy a fucking priest? and then at the end, he just gives him a kiss on the lips and leaves. He's like, I'll see you later. You find out they're just having a thing.
What would they go to jail for exactly? I just blowing up some shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were definitely things they could have been arrested for, just in terms of not having the appropriate, like endangering human life by not having the appropriate licensing and whatever. This guy,
the only thing he likes here, registered voters.
The only thing that would have been better, the ghost of Jesus sitting next to him going, ah.
That would have been
Just gives him the wink and the gun.
That would have been great if they just had another ghost. He talked about having a conversation with Fiorello LaGuardia, for another former mayor. He should have been sitting on the couch too, going, yeah. Even though, or no, he's going, no, don't do it, like, because he's a ghost. He doesn't want to get
$8 million and a ticket out of the city.
the army. What do you need from me? The army does, and now here's the next question: does the army do anything for the remainder of this movie other than get into those
Keep
jeeps?
the people back.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. You're
Oh,
really
they're gonna
keeping me in line
escort.
this episode. I'm getting ready to go off on a huge rant off, and no, they've already passed them. Those guys are like, oh, we'll get there eventually.
They're making sure. You never know, right?
Okay, if you didn't believe before, a weird black cloud forming above one building is a bad sign. See, those guys all know. I would be there too. I love whenever every 80s movie will always mix somebody with punks. And it's like there were a bunch of priests there, and then there were some punks. And like, whoa, like I'm a punk. And then the other guy's like, oh,
Now we're all
oi.
standing together. We all want to see the Ghostbusters kick some fucking ass.
I love the soundtrack, man.
That's killer.
Like the Ghostbusters song is the lesser of all the songs. This sounds like a song that could have been in the Karate Kid if he saved the day.
You know, well, you did. If you didn't join those fucking assholes at the Cobra Kai.
Part 3, baby.
Oh my god! And then he got a sex change and went back at it. Start again from the beginning.
What if that was the story?
Yep.
If he makes it canon in the Cobra Kai show that he briefly had a sex change
And then went back.
and went back because he's like I wanted to see if I could do it all again from scratch without Mr. Miyagi knowing who I was. He wanted to look like a more advanced student.
Oh, there's their packs.
Yeah, they said that I guess there were a lot of different versions of them. There were lighter versions where they had to move around a lot, and there were really heavy versions. Ivan Reitman said that Harold Ramis complained the least about them, and he didn't say who complained the most, but he kind of leaned. He was like, "Yeah, it was Bill Murray." And I was like, I could see that. I could see Bill Murray,
Totally.
especially at this point when he's kind of at his like early hotness.
Yeah.
I could see him being a real problem.
Yes, I agree.
Like just like not
A little bit of a diva, maybe.
Yeah, just like I'm too big for this. I don't need this bullshit. But now I feel like he's like whatever. Life's for living, baby.
Apparently, yeah, you just make like
Yeah.
verbal deals with him. He doesn't take like
He has a friggin' like 1-800 number
or whatever.
something
Yeah,
that you call.
something is like you. Oh fuck.
I kind of hope it's a 976 number.
I think you know when I was talking about the end.
Yeah.
They ran out of money.
That would've
Street
been the
swallows up the fucking.
Fade to black. Into something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? And they're like, nobody. The Ghostbusters are dead.
They're dead.
See, this is a hell of a.
I know. That's what I'm saying. This is pretty cool right here.
This is something I'd like to see at like the Universal lot or something like that.
Yeah, they already did all this shit with that earthquake one.
It's not enough, even though the water rushes down. And I remember going to that the one time, and like the ground was still all wet from the last time the water rushed down. So I was like, yeah, this isn't that impressive. I know what's about to happen.
I didn't really like it. Those rides were neat, but no, I'd rather go on a coaster or something than just like be you're in the movie.
Well,
I'm like, oh fuck it.
But that's the difference between that's what a theme park really is. Like I think like most theme parks aren't really themed. Like a place like Canada's Wonderland may be a little different, but like certain places, it's just a place where roller coasters.
That
live.
is an amusement park.
Yes, that's an amusement park. A theme park is a Disney,
Yes.
is a whatever.
Yes.
And so the rides are more in tune with the theme and therefore less likely to be something like a roller coaster, right? But although
That's
they're
insane. Of
finding
course,
a
you can
million-
make a themed roller coaster.
you
for
can,
Christ's
yeah,
sakes.
you
slap
can,
a.
yeah, you can, but you want to be able to tell a story, and it's easier to tell a story on something that you can pass a little bit slower.
You learn the story in line.
Those are always my favorite, man.
Fuck that.
I love a good like long line where there's something going on, like the old King Kong ride when it's like you're like in the subway. Or you're like at the train station and the news is on, and so you're getting the backstory of King Kong while you're waiting. Like, so it's cool. It makes you a part of something. Yeah, this building was only I think was only 20 stories.
Oh, come on, go right.
So, but I think they made it look to be like 20.
Nothing really happened in this movie either.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah.
really. They just met them. Then some crazy shit happened. I mean, awesome movie. Though.
Yeah. But it's
I was
different.
thinking about the other one. I was like, nothing really happened. But I was like, oh well, nothing really happened in this one. Mm-hmm. Couple iconic scenes.
Yeah.
Some laughs.
Yeah.
And then the big end piece.
I would argue that they actually tried to make more happen in the other one. It's not necessarily that they succeeded in everything, but like they have the whole Walmart situation.
Yeah.
Like, the kids all, like
I dug that seat though that came out from the sides.
Yes.
So what did they the kids knew the name. They're like, you have a whatever seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
It's like a gunner's seat or something like that.
But there was another name. It wasn't Gunner. They said.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God, this is straight out of Prince's every video.
They offered I don't have the list, but they offered this role of the Gozer role to a few people. Although I'll tell you the name of one person who was supposed to be Gozer, Paul Rubens.
No way.
They originally the form that Gozer took was going to be Ivo Shandor, the guy, and so Paul Rubens was going to play Ivo Shandor, and that was the form that they took. And then they decided to go with this bit. They were like, I don't think that's going to play, so they decided to go with a weird
chick.
Well, yeah, and then, so what they kept saying was David Bowie meets Grace Jones, which is a perfect description.
Yes, I think that is a perfect description.
Yeah,
that's how I describe my penis.
It is true. David Bowie would love Grace Jones.
Of course, he's totally into black chicks.
I was going to say that was one part, but also I don't think he'd be given a choice. Grace Jones would take what she
will drag
wants.
you to the snoo chamber, and that will be it.
The snooze.
Oh, look at that 80s. They don't make them like this anymore, baby.
Woo. You mean the building?
Actually, I mean those moves, those sweet moves they're doing.
It's funny because that passed while we were talking. He literally says they don't make them like this anymore in this movie.
Okay,
and we just completely skipped it. And it is like, and then that's when he smacked him in the head. He's like, they never make them like this. Oh, so I just missed an opportunity to smack you.
Fuck, I know.
Oh. No, that would be with the one time it's just too presumptive and I just do it and you just like, fuck you.
Oh, they changed.
Yeah.
I like they're like it looked like the dance that they did in Can't Buy Me Love. When he's like, yeah, this, and then it becomes like the new dance, like
yeah.
Oh, whatever. Who hasn't gone out with a bitch?
I don't see dog. Whenever they say they keep saying dog. I'm like, I don't see a dog there. It's got like a bulldog kind of thing, but I was like,
I can see a dog. Dog-faced gremlin.
Yeah. I'm just saying gargoyle.
Who is it? Ice.
That looks like it's just from The Apple, another canon movie that we have to do.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen The Apple?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The Apple might be the best movie ever made. It's like an Adam and Eve tale about like rock and roll and like corporate, like whatever.
Right.
And it's like, and it's like, oh, I cannot do it justice without you just seeing it. It's one of the craziest things. The movie takes place in 1994 and they just keep telling you.
So the future.
Well, that's it too. He's like, this is 1994. This, like, and he just keeps saying it.
Yeah. Fuck, how do you handle this thing? What the fuck?
I really, really hate how much I got sentimental about it, though, when that scene happens in Afterlife with Egon. Like the ghost of Egon, and they look over, I'm sitting there, I'm like...
Really?
Oh, I was
laughing my balls off.
No, you know why? I was just like, I think there was just this place where I was literally thinking during the movie, I'm just like, that sucks so bad that he's not there.
Yep.
And then they put him there, and I was like...
I thought it was cool that they did that, though.
Yeah, but it's that. See, that can go either way, though. That could be like, oh, this is cheap nonsense.
Right.
Like, oh, they're just playing or whatever. I was like, it's exactly, and it was like, I think it was what I said when we talked about the movie the first time. It was a lot of fan service that I just sorely needed when I was watching it.
Right. Oh, something just like,
yeah.
I saw something down the stairs or move out of the way.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Oh, fuck. She's blowing her off the building.
So that's a woman. She's like a model she's been in a bunch of other movies. Like she's in like Body Heat and stuff like that. And
she does look pretty good at Unitard.
But it's not Olivia Wilde this time around. They did a really good job kind of matching up the look, though.
Like, oh my God, she looks exactly like she should, you know? I was like, holy shit. I knew it was her right off the bat. I was like, that's freaking Olivia Wilde.
I didn't. There was a part of me that thought it was just CG to make it look like it was like just some random actress, and then they like.
Oh no! I knew it right when I saw it. I was like, dude, that would be wild.
Good call. Yeah, I didn't have that. They have like that hose thing. It looks like they have that like gas thing that he brought to Dana's house. I'm like, maybe you're over. Well, maybe you can't over prepare for something like this because what the fuck is it, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Oh yeah, look at her.
Yeah. So Grace Jones vibes though. I literally seen Grace Jones.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Boom, high heels on too.
Yeah.
Look, nice moves, girl.
Yeah.
She's right out of Roxanne's video or something.
Yeah.
Aim for the flat top. Bro, you ain't got nothing.
I'm surprised Katy Perry didn't take that look on at some point for like a video or something.
But you probably just ruined it.
Yeah.
It's totally. I can see just one of them totally doing it. The Gozer.
The Gozer.
I think it'd be more see like who did you just say?
I said Kate. Oh, I just said Katy Perry.
Yeah, Katy Perry. Yeah, I can see her doing it. Maybe her next halftime show.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
They're like, yeah, well, that's it. We did it.
There was this article because they were talking about the upcoming halftime show. Actually, by the time this is out, the halftime show will have played. But they were talking about it, and it was like, oh, it's Dr. Dre, and
Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar.
So, like, there's all these people. And then the article was like, who is Dr. Dre? And then it would, like, explain. I'm like, do we really need to explain Dr. Is he so far removed? And then they're like, who is Eminem? I'm like, no. You know who, like, you might not know who Dr. Dre is because he stopped being, like, a frontman rapper,
right?
And he became a producer and all this other, and then more of a mogul. So you might not know him by name if you're a younger kid, but Eminem's happening still. And I was like, there are people, you might want to remind people that Snoop Dogg rapped and that he's not just Martha Stewart's friend. But
he is?
Yeah, that's all he does.
Oh.
Is he hosts a friggin' show with her.
No way.
They have like a cooking show together.
No shit.
Yeah, it's bananas.
They spoke a big spliff before it and then
yeah. No, he's like, come on, you gotta stop. Like, we gotta get under control. We gotta go. And she's like,
Martha's girl. Well, she went to jail.
Exactly.
She didn't give a fuck.
She's got a fragrant toilet wine going.
Uh-oh, here you go.
How do you empty your head? What do you accidentally choose? Like if in your brain, so you're like,
probably be a big thing of tits rolling around the city, destroying everything.
I think it would be for me. It would be like what was in like Homer's head whenever it showed his like thought bubble. It'd be just that monkey with like it's like monkey shines.
Once it was a dead donkey with flies too.
Yes.
It
would have been.
Oh fuck!
So originally they were supposed to Godzilla this and make Stay Puft come out of the water. And then like onto land, and then they just became too expensive and hard to deal with. See, that's what I like. That's something that I liked about these old movies is they had to improvise sometimes. Well, not improvise, but like they had to replan. So where did he just materialize?
Well, I was literally just thinking the exact same thing. I was like, instead of that, he just appeared somewhere up the street.
I'd like to picture maybe there's the Stay Puft like manufacturing place, and he just materialized of all the marshmallows that were there. That's what I would like to think.
Like I said, I was looking at all these places and they had like gorilla costumes and like, and I'm surprised they don't make like the one place that, the Devil's Latex, they'll make like Gremlins and Gizmo. I was like, I wonder if they do a Stay Puft.
That'd be interesting.
I'd like to see him angry, his angry face, and he's partially burnt from being blasted.
That would be a cool like mask or something to have too. The suit in this, it cost $20,000 to make that suit, and they made 3 of them, and they destroyed all 3 at the end, or by the end. I kind of get it. Like
20 grand for that?
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Well, because there's mechanical things in the eyes and. Yeah. I wouldn't know what to think. I like that too because there's some trick shots here. Again, like any of those green screeny kind of things.
Well, this is the 80s, bud.
I get it.
You think it'd be a little bit bigger?
That's still pretty big. Like he's like 10 stories tall.
Oh, he's pissed now. Now he is pissed.
He just crushed a church. There's so many churches. I think you'll be fine.
I know, come on, right?
I know. You don't want to step on an old church though. Step on one of those new churches. Those assholes churches.
Anglican.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I don't know
That
that's
one's
how
for
fire
you,
works.
Mom.
I feel like the amount of asbestos in this building would have stopped that from happening altogether.
I'm sure they would leave like here, just what he loved.
Yeah.
Asbestos. Leave that in front of the building for fucking.
Yeah.
You know, they're just getting rid of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, he is rolling. Do you think that, you know, when maybe the ghost is so old that when he thought of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, it's just like, whatever. Like, when they know that he's not really that effective, he is still a giant marshmallow man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what he thought. He thought
Like,
of
they
something
got him like, you know what? No. We're going to put metal armor on him. Like, he could have come out, like, you know, with a big battle
I see what you're
axe
saying.
like, yeah.
I see what you're saying. They're like, no, you're not tricking us.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you would like make a wish with the devil or something like that.
Yeah.
He always like twists it around on you. Yeah, you're gonna get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with machetes.
Yeah. Oh. That is what I was going to ask before, too, is what do they get paid? And who pays them?
Well,
I guess they're independent contractors because they get paid per job.
Yeah, they made.
So they have to work it out between themselves.
Yeah, they made $5,000 for the Slimer job, so we know that. So now you have to extrapolate and scale from there.
They did get $5,000 from that one.
Yes.
Oh my God, they're crossing the streams.
I like that their
Just like
whole
you're never
idea,
supposed to do when you're peeing.
because he literally just said, or like in the beginning said that like this could end the world, and they're like, we should probably risk the end of the world.
It's gonna happen anyways, right?
I don't know what their plans are. They might just
With
be
Gozer.
Gozer might just want to like get a nice island and chill, and then take the Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Maybe take the tour, check out the park. You know,
I think it would have been very funny to have in the other one, you have Gozer come and choose the Destructor, and then it's just like a wholesome actor, like somebody's like, it's Josh Gad, and it's just like, hey guys, I'm here to kill you now.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. So that was like a shaving cream or something like that that they
gross.
dropped it. Yeah, I know. It couldn't even be friggin' fluff.
I know, like what the fuck?
I guess you'd probably get like horrible yeast infections.
Who
from
gives
that
a
much sugar on you.
shit? No.
Like,
I've
God.
been bathed in sugar for days.
Yeah.
In one of my sugar orgies.
Yeah.
I call it a shorgie.
Yeah. And I'm not yeasty. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Nice. I would like to be covered.
You know
in
what keeps
fluff.
disease off of your body? Several layers of filth.
Yeah, it's
Cannot break through to your skin.
it's digging and digging through. You see, like they're actually like they've eaten so much like a COVID molecules like this big now. You're
You
like,
can see them floating
You're
around.
flicking them off and get out of here.
It's like, thank you.
They get so big they can actually catch COVID.
I like this this destroyed set here.
Nothing tells me diva more.
He's got no ice cream
tell
on
me,
him.
You tell me,
marshmallow.
Yeah, you tell me 100% they were spreading that shit on everybody else. He's like,
Don't
don't
touch
you
me.
even think about it. They're like, well, you have to have some. And he's like, here, and he just reached in. He goes, good, like we're done. There's something very childlike about
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd in this. Oh, that's good. This is good news.
Fuck. He's climbing out.
That's very unlikely.
What do you mean? How the hell do you know what happens when somebody turns into a dog beast thing and then turns back
I'm
at
thinking
you?
how they would react. I'm not
Oh.
thinking. I'm not adjudicating the.
I think we're going to get rid of his arm. You're breaking his arm the wrong way. Boom. That was his foot
Yeah.
right there. Boom. There goes his arm.
Yeah. Well, this one's her.
Whatever, her
Yeah,
arm.
we
Sorry,
could- you
her
could-
arm.
you
Boom.
could-
There
no.
goes her arm.
No, you could break her arm all you want. I'm saying you just don't harm the man. Yeah.
Oh, listen to the tunes.
Imagine the first thing she said. She's like, "I think I had sex with him. Don't bring it up." See, he sorted himself out, right?
Yes,
The
he
little
did.
guy. Poor. Like, I know Rick Moranis tried to do other things. He did that was Streets of Fire or whatever, where he played like the tough, and it was just hard to do. Michael Pare was in it.
Oh my
Like, so I was
God.
like,
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, he tried, and like Michael Pare, I guess there was like this whole interview like of Michael Pare like coming in and like trying to like tough down on Rick Moranis and like what the fuck are you doing? Like what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you gonna do? Beat me up, fellow castmate in this movie? That whole thing, that was a crazy story, that movie, like, because they wanted to shoot.
What is it called?
It's called Streets of Fire. And, like, they wanted to shoot, like, night for a lot of the stuff. But they just couldn't for the hours or whatever. They just didn't have time to shoot that many nights.
Right.
So they put this gigantic, like, tarp over, like, a cityscape. Like, it was in a backlot or whatever. But they put this huge tarp over to block the sun. And they said it was just like being in a greenhouse.
Right.
Like, just roasting.
Shit. Oh, I was going to say, I thought that he got the last. I think he might technically have.
How did she get marshmallow on her? She was inside of a...
She, after, stumbling around.
I was just going to say, it's not marshmallow. she just realized she's like, oh
written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis.
Yeah. Everything Harold Ramis wrote was just like, with one horrible exception, was very funny.
Yeah, your favorite movie.
Yeah. And that one, I still get laughs out of it. There's still like good in it. It's just my contention is that they didn't make a movie.
Well, I'm surprised that Rick Moranis wasn't in more like, kind of like Martin Short had all those like,
yeah,
like he had lots of movies that were absolute trash.
Yeah.
What's the one where they're like on the run and it's him and his daughter, Nick Nolte?
Nuns on the Run.
Yeah, Nuns on the Run too, yeah.
No, I don't remember what that one was called, but I know what one you're talking about. Again, like this is all throwaway. As far as they knew, they were never. Yeah, as far as they knew, that none of this was going to be used in the movie. I love. Can you imagine being a background actor? Who are those guys supposed to? Are those like Secret Service there or FBI or something? With all the trench coats.
Oh, they got blessed.
That's good.
You know how much poontang you get as a Ghostbuster? Holy fuck.
Yeah. Cover me in marshmallow, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh. Busted makes me... Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, that's what...
Fuck. Yeah. Not busted makes me feel good. Fuck.
Yeah. That would be a bad thing to have happen.
He's on there, stage.
You see that? He's got marshmallow. That would be a good time to say, Busted makes me feel good.
This guy's gonna... Did you see him dancing around? He probably thinks he's the one of the lucky ones. He got some marshmallow on him, so now he's been anointed.
I assume that was Right Said Fred just coming up with the idea. He was like, I've got marshmallow over my shirt. I'm too sexy for my shirt.
This is like going anywhere and being like, one of those celebrities. Could you imagine? I'd just be like, get the fuck... You're going to get run over. If you do not... What is the point of running after the car?
Yeah. There's this awesome mod. Yeah. Well, that means sequel, right? All right. And that is the movie. But...
of course, it's got to have a tune like this at the end because it's a Dan Aykroyd movie, so it's going to have...
Yeah, well, this played
during
the
bluesy rock and rolls.
This played during the movie. All the songs that played here played during the movie.
Yeah, I know. That's when they got the call.
Yeah, Reese, he wants to play Ghostbusters on like his Google Nest thing every now and again, and it'll just continue to play through these. So all of a sudden, I'll hear this song playing in his room because he just kind of it's like I want to listen to Ghostbusters, and it plays, and then he just like fucks off and just wanders, and then all of a sudden I just hear this going. I'm like, what's happening?
What do you think shit's gonna be like you're gonna go in and all the toys are dancing, like you know what I mean? Shit's floating around in the room.
No, it's just such a weird song to be playing in a child's room. I was just like, what are you playing? What?
He's listening to the Ghostbuster soundtrack.
Yeah, I love these ones when score is playing in his room. Like this has got a do 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 do. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And they can only play it for the amount of time that they played it in the movie for.
Yes,
they're like really cutting the songs off halfway through here, like some shitty DJ. I never noticed that.
Yeah, there's no.
It just keeps mashing through them all.
It's not even a good mashup though. It's hard cut.
I fucking hate when they do that.
Yeah, come on, give me a little.
And like I'm out somewhere and I'm like, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. And then like 25 seconds later, it switches to an. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I didn't even get grooving.
Yeah, what I like is when they get like a good they get the beat and it's like that, doo, 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 and it starts becoming the other song, and you're like, whoa.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Changes your life.
What's happening?
Whoa. So these are all credits. Godfather is one of the crew credits.
The Godfather, Jim Nelson.
This is not
Hey, this is not a cast list. That was just so that is that a mobster who allowed this movie to be
That
made
is
in
correct.
his city?
In his turf.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The church was in his turf. He's
Shout
like,
out,
if you want a giant marshmallow guy to step on a church, you better ask me.
shout out to there was a guy who commented on our YouTube. His name escapes. I'm gonna look it up. But he was saying that he takes such joy in us finding funny names in the credits and stuff like that. He's like, it makes me laugh every time, and I'm like, you find out exactly how little we've grown up when you hear us listen to the credits for something. But much love to him. I'm gonna find his name because he deserves it. I don't need YouTube Premium. Thanks for it's right here. Charles Nelthorpe. So love to you guys, or to you individual.
Charles Nelthorpe?
Yeah.
He just wanted us to say his name on the air multiple times. Charles Nelthorpe.
The one thing I know about
sounds
Charles
like a bad
Nelthorpe.
guy name.
Yeah, the one thing I know about Charles
Nelthorpe.
Nelthorpe, he's not a friggin' glory seeker. He doesn't want us to say Charles Nelthorpe over and over again.
He probably wants the opposite.
Yeah.
He's probably mortified right
Please.
now. He's like, oh, fuck, now everybody knows my name.
Yeah.
And
It's
what I
I
only watch the credits of movies because I'm a fucking weirdo.
I'm in witness protection, but I still use my real name as as my YouTube because I didn't know how to change it.
Now they just found him.
It's
like, way
actually
to
a
go.
lot harder than than it should be.
You know, the mob watches our show nonstop because we do drop little tidbits of where people might be.
Well, I also point out when Godfathers are working the
Yes.
thing. By the way,
Yeah.
Jim, you.
Oh, look at all the people
Roger
who played
Grimsby.
himself.
It would have been so funny if it said
It
Casey
played
Kasem.
all four of these celebrities to play himself.
Yes.
The character himself.
Well, Jabba the
Wow.
Hutt was like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, I
inside,
can see
so
it, right?
makes sense.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Murray Rubin.
I love it. Reggie Veljo. Not even Reginald Veljohnson. It was just Reggie
Dworkin.
Veljo. Patty Dworkin. I know Patty Dworkin. Personally. There was Gene Kasem. Who else we got? Who else? Rick Mancini. That's a person. Right? He's an Italian.
Oh my God, it's almost done.
Dream Ghost. Kim
We're like
Herron.
not even past
There's
the first glut of technical workers on a Marvel film.
Yeah. Ooh, what's the after credit scene going to be? I forgot.
Oh, remember the one from Thing? Is there one? There is one, I think.
Not in this, I don't think.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh,
It's
okay.
Slimer in the movie theater with Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God. That's where Slimer came from.
And they thought because they see goo all over the seat, they're like, what are you jerking off in here?
No.
He's like, no, it's Slimer.
You're under arrest. I know you are, but what am I? I nailed
Watch.
that.
Boom.
This
there it
is
is.
It's the other language.
Boom.
You fucked this up royally.
Sure did.
I'm gonna like it. That will help.
Where is,
my
isn't there like a
algorithm.
middle thumb? Can't they do like the? I'm not
Yeah.
really.
I
Oh my
can't
God, we've gone
decide.
into Seinfeld suddenly.
Yeah, fuck off. All right, there we go. Seinfeld's great, but fuck off. That's not what we're here for today. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking this episode out. Make sure if you are on YouTube to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those wonderful things that help us get seen. If you are listening, still go do that on YouTube and then come back and listen. Just do that in your spare time. And make sure to rate and review wherever you got that. You can find us at miscastcommentary.com. Email us, podcast at miscastcommentary.com. On Twitter, we're at Miscast Podcast. I'm at miscastjoe. Todd's at miscast Todd. On Instagram, I'm at miscastjoe. Todd is at Tebow the Sailor. Is that right? Yeah, fine, you'll find him. And we're at Miscast Commentary, and on TikTok, Miscast Commentary and Miscast Joe. Lots of things. I'm not joining any other without getting one of the other ones. 'Cause that can't be any
There
longer.
can't be any more room
That can't be
in your brain to store all that.
just check the notes for socials. I think I'm cutting that down officially.
Kids'
Just
names
say,
are gone.
Check below for all the links.
Your daughter's name is Miscast Joe. Your other kid's name is like at Hotmail Miscast Joe.
Yes.
You're like, hey, at Hotmail Miscast Joe, what do you want for lunch?
No, I actually I renamed Reese MailChimp in hopes for a like sponsorship. It hasn't.
Oh, I thought maybe you can have a name that befits your job.
Yes. Hey, you MailChimp, go get me the mail. You
Yeah,
chimp.
whatever. Yeah,
Poor kid.
or it could be MALE chimp.
Ooh.
Put up for your enjoyment, ladies and gentlemen, MailChimp. He's flinging his poo around later. It's like, woo!
Yeah, I know. I'm on board with this. All right, guys. We'll see you next week with another Coming Attractions episode. And
finding out what the next movie is going to be. I can't wait to find
I
out myself.
saw you look there so many fucking times. I never looked one time.
Good job.
Watched you look the whole fucking time. You would have known I was looking at you, but you were too busy looking at you.
You're right. No, you know what I'm actually doing more than anything?
He used to yell at me for staring.
I do, and he's not wrong. What I'm doing more than anything is I'm looking at the status of the record because I don't have we have a vertical screen here now.
It's reading the cue cards,
and I can't see that it says recording. So I have to keep looking at the status to make sure it is recording.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's good. I like that. That's pretty good. Pretty
and
good one.
yeah,
Pretty good.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm also always freaking out now that the camera's cutting out on us.
Or something has gone wrong.
That's one of the things. That's when things really changed because it was all you with the occasional me, and then the camera started kicking out on us, and then it became a lot of me because I'm always like, camera's still good, camera's still good, camera's still good. I got that sorted out, but I'm still really paranoid. So, anyways, you are the better man.
It'll never leave you. You're the man now, dog.
Oh God.
I want to watch that one.
I guess let's watch it right now. I'm just gonna Google Sean Connery, "You're the Man Now, Dog," and if I can't find the movie itself, we're just going to constantly watch the loop of that exact one scene. "You're the Man Now,
I love
Dog."
that movie where he becomes the leader of that gang in Harlem.
Yes.
Oh yeah. He drops N-bombs every 5 minutes. It's awesome.
Oh my God.
The movie was originally written for Tupac to star in it, but he's gone, so they got Sean Connery, next best thing.
That was like it was when Vince McMahon used the N-word.
He did not.
No, he 100% did. With an A, not a hard R. But he was talking to Booker T.
No, that was Booker T in an interview said it about Hogan.
That's different. It's different. I'll show it to you after. He was having, it was like a backstage conversation, and he goes, "I'll see you later, Maiden," and he leaves, and then he's just looking at him like doing like a "tell me." He didn't just say that kind of
Booker
thing,
T?
right? Yeah. And so that was it. But he just he nailed it. Like he nailed it out so bad. I was like, he seems so happy that he got to say it. I'm like, I feel like he's been like really waiting for that one. All right, but that's neither here nor there, guys. We're gonna see you next time. Bye bye.